Hi, my name is Connie Williams, and this is Carol Joy Harris and Sarah Thorpe. We're going to talk to you about Sonoma County's Measure H. You'll see it on your ballot as Improved and Enhanced Local Fire Protection, Paramedic Services, and Disaster Response Initiative. It will need a simple majority to pass. So Carol Joy, what is the question behind Measure H?
Thank you, Connie. The question is, should Sonoma County establish a 1/2 cent sales tax until ended by voters, providing approximately $60 million annually with annual audits and citizen oversight, and increase its annual appropriations limit to allow expenditure of proceeds?
And Carol Joy, what is the current situation around this measure?
Well, Connie, current National Fire Protection Agency standards indicate that there should be one firefighter per 1,000 residents. To date, not all of Sonoma County meets these standards. Further, in 2022, taxpayers approved the renewal of a 1/4 cent sales tax that partially supported public safety services in Santa Rosa, including wildfire risk, maintenance of rapid 911 emergency response, early fire alerts, evacuation planning, and other non-fire related services.
Well, does Sonoma County receive any other funding currently?
Yes, Sonoma County also receives supplemental funding from other sources, including the state and county, as well as federal emergency funds.
Okay, so now what does Measure H propose?
Measure H proposes the addition of a 1/2 cent sales tax for enhanced local wildfire prevention, preparedness, protection, emergency, paramedic, and disaster response services throughout Sonoma County.
And just what does that entail?
That includes improving vegetation management to prevent wildfire spread, attracting and retaining qualified local firefighters, providing support for approximately 200 additional firefighters throughout the county, improving response times, and updating firefighting facilities and equipment.
But what will these changes mean for the county?
These changes would bring Sonoma County closer to National Fire Protection Agency standards, and the annual appropriation limit would be adjusted to allow for this targeted use of funds.
Well, is there any accountability built into this measure?
Yes, built in are fiscal accountability requirements, including an oversight committee, mandatory funding agreements, annual reports, and mandatory annual audits.
Well, when would it start and when would it end?
The operative date for this tax will be October 1, 2024, and it would continue until ended by voters in a future election.
Okay, great. Thank you, Carol Joy. Hey, Sarah, will there be any fiscal impact of Measure H?
Yes, this 1/2 cent Sonoma County-wide retail transaction and use tax would yield approximately $60 million annually. That would be distributed to 31 city and county agencies. 99% of net proceeds would be allocated to fire and emergency service entities throughout the incorporated and unincorporated territory of Sonoma County. 1% would go to the county implementation, oversight, and administration.
Well, can any part of the revenues be used for other purposes?
No, Connie, the revenues collected may only be used for purposes specified in the measure as we've outlined here.
Well, what do supporters say about Measure H?
Supporters say as the county grows and public safety demands increase, additional funding is necessary to provide adequate resources for prevention and response to the impact of wildfires and similar disasters, and to meet National Fire Protection Agency standards in all parts of the county. You can see a list of the supporters on the screen.
Well, then what do the opponents say?
The opponent says this will drive the sales tax to 10% and then above, on top of many fire parcel taxes and existing municipal sales taxes supporting fire. You can see the opponent on your screen.
Is there any campaign financing reported for Measure H?
At this point, there's no reported financing supporting or opposing this measure.
All right. So in conclusion, what would a yes vote mean?
A yes vote approves a 1/2 cent per dollar retail transaction and use tax Sonoma County-wide, including both incorporated and unincorporated areas, until ended by the voters. This supplements existing funding for wildfire prevention and preparedness, paramedic services, and emergency and disaster response, and would commence October 1, 2024.
So how about a no vote?
A no vote rejects this additional sales tax.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. This has been most informative. Thank you both.
Thank you.